The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Sports Collective TV. I'm your host and moderator, Fran, aka WDC. I want to thank you for tuning in and listening today. As always, we have a very spectacular, important show for you. As you can see, I'm not alone. You want information about me, go to WDCONSCT.org. Twitter, Instagram is @IamWDC for your sickle cell trait awareness. What's up, man?
And it's Big Al right next to Ron.
That's Greg Brady. That's great. We gotta get some lotion for his hair right here.
Yeah.
Something.
Go on Facebook. Check me out at Big Al on Facebook, and go to Sports Collective Media on Facebook and Instagram. Go check that out for sure.
Go get some lotion for his hair, man. You need that Italian look where you just do that. You know that.
I've had that look before.
We got him out the hat. We got him out the hat. So
now we got to introduce him to some
girls. How do the girls feel about you in the South Bay? Let's.
They
say, that's Big Al in the South Bay. Hey, you know me, man. I'm Cali Sportsman. Just Google it. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. You know, organic sports. You know, making it happen. Got a lot of great guests. Man. Yeah. 323-293-3375. Give us a ring. You know. Chop it up with us, you know, for you stalker listeners, because when we be in the streets, I was watching.
Show us some love.
Give us a call, 323-293-3375. And I got my partner on this X and O's over here.
Yes, it's been a while since I made it to the intro, but I'm back. Had to move some stuff around, but I'm going to be here from now on. I'm not going to be running through traffic like I have before, trying to make it at the end. And if you want to follow me, Instagram, omoreno_1989. All right, let's get this started, gentlemen.
Excellent. Well, I got some news.
What you got, man?
Straight off the bat. What? I work at a...
You better not say shit about no Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, no. We put
That's
that
for you, Fredo. That was for you, Fredo. You got to check our commercials out, too. That's for you, Fredo.
Shout out for those. We'll be debuting those at some later date, but stay tuned for that. No, I work at a local restaurant, which shall remain unnamed. But
they didn't pay for that.
We were whipping up something in the kitchen there, something that we don't even have on the menu. It was... fries, a hell of a lot of melted cheese, and bacon on it. And me and the cooks, we were all like joking, like, who could this be, right? Like, who's ordering this stuff? And we were like, yeah, it's your heart attack and everything, whatever. So I go bring it to the table, and I'm like, the guy asked me, you know, can I get some ranch with that? And I'm like, okay. That's some healthy stuff going on there, right? So I walk away, I bring back the ranch. And it's Brandon Ingram,
really,
Lakers player, who ordered that. I was like, "Yeah, thanks."
Why you didn't get like an Instagram picture with your little apron and everything?
I can't, you know, at work and stuff. But I just thought that was funny, you know. LeBron,
that's risk losing your job.
check your boy.
No, don't do that. Don't risk your job.
You can risk your job, man.
Heart attack on the platter is what he had.
Went viral.
He's not taking care of himself on the.
Well, I mean, he needs to gain some weight. You know,
that's true. So maybe that's the point.
Milkshakes at night, man. You don't go eat nothing like that. You probably not even make it out the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? We got health and fitness in the building.
Definitely.
Can I get an amen? Amen. Yeah, okay, we got health and fitness in the building. That's just unrighteous. And Antoine Sims, where you at, man? I did this little video about, man, lifestyle and fitness, man. I'm getting chiseled up. It's a slow process, though. It's a slow process. I'm getting chiseled. I feel things I never felt before. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting there, man. I'm on the diet. I'm on all that. I'm so much damn water. I feel like I'm in the Pacific Ocean. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shout out to Antoine Sims. And what, he got grabs. So he's getting all that out there, man. And, you know, that's what we do. You know, we find people on these streets of L.A., and, I mean, I think Antoine is from Atlanta. Came out here. He's trying to get his thing off. You know, we got a young lady here from the Bay. This is what we do. You know, you can't go nowhere else and get this, right, Farron?
Nah, you can't. Not in LA.
This is the place.
All right, and so we got Mother Fitness. As you've been checking the social media, Mother Fitness is here with her guest, Mr. Butch Dennis. We're going to talk about some more bodybuilding, some health and wellness, some fitness. And then we got my friend Andy Jazz 13, who's from social media. She's here to talk about her Chasing the Hoop Dreams, man. I like that segment we created over at Sports Collective, Sports Lounge Live.
Man, you know, and the thing is that we'd be able to archive these because these stories about the Chasing the Hoop Dreams is what it is. It's a documentary of somebody's scenario based on basketball. And
life, man, life.
You know, it's all good. So, look, check this out. Football, right?
Week 1.
Oh, my God.
Hey, I'm going to tell you what.
It's back.
Everybody know I'm from the biggity Bay. I'm an Oakland Raider fan, and I get chin checked all the time.
All the time.
It's all good.
They're going to have a tough time tonight.
But Rodgers must have did the thing with the Chicago. I don't know what they pumped in that boy leg when he came in and out, but I think out of all the games, that right there is just like pure excellence. You see the cannon he shot?
Which one?
Oh, what y'all
Which
got
one?
TVs?
There was
you
so many.
TVs?
We got
y'all
TVs.
got TVs. I just want to make sure you got cable, you know, down here to hook y'all up. I mean, I just want to know. We get on the show, I want to make sure y'all seen it. You got phones?
I've seen it. I got a
the
phone.
Obama phone? What you working with?
Well, hold up. I'm not going to lie. I did fall asleep for the first half, woke up. He was down 20, but what a time to wake up, too, because he just came back
Look,
after
I had to
that.
take my glasses off.
Because that backup wasn't doing it.
That was a Brett Favre moment. That was, I mean, that anybody who knows sports or know football right there, that was just a whole. No other team could ever do something like that. The guy was hurt. They would put him on a stretcher, put him out there. They put the sub in. He threw the ball away a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? That gave your boy Mr. Mack.
He gave him a fumble and a interception, which led
come in. He throw a cannon. Whap! Touchdown. Throw another cannon. Whap! Touchdown. Like it's a whole new game. It's only the third quarter. Got a whole new game.
I'm telling you, I woke up and I saw the scoreboard. I'm like, wait, something had to have happened for the Packers to be down 20-0. And then later on, I found out that Rodgers got injured. And I'm like, he came back. And I was like, wait, he's not injured. He's out there just slinging it left and right. It's like, no, they must have done something at halftime, right? Gave him some of that magic water. Popped him back in.
Magic water.
Right. That hit, like MVP.
That hit was hard, too. If you see the slow-mo or the replay of that, his leg got crunched in awkwardly between
and he just has
bad
luck.
Linemen. There was
a lot of injury. The first week, man, you need these guys go through so much training and to be able to, you know, that's great to talk about fitness and we talk down the road is because these guys, man, to see some of the injuries and seeing the, you know, ACLs, MCLs, Achilles, you know, these lower leg levels, it's a lot of other things come along with that, like, you know, blood thinners and stuff that they got to go through, man. Maybe one time we got to get a segment that talk about all that because I was a victim of that, you know.
And you know he's happy signing that guarantee money this offseason.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How much he get, $80 million or something like that?
Big bucks anyway. So.
Guarantee?
So
only 4 years.
Me and Greg Brady was talking at the house. And, you know, Marsha said, no, anyway. So, what you think about this 49er quarterback?
Oh.
Well, we finally saw.
You getting all this money?
There he goes.
Okay, so
they call this man
this
Jesus?
is for all the 49er fans.
Last hands together.
Because you hear him out there. We're in SoCal, so you got all these people from NorCal coming down trying to rep the Niners. So this whole offseason, they were talking about how Garoppolo was undefeated as a starter, how every time he came in and played for the New England Patriots, he would do this and that.
Yeah,
but once again, this is his first game where it actually mattered. Game 1, week 1 of his new team. And what happened?
How many picks?
Right. How many? I lost count after 3.
After 3, I lost count. I'd stop.
But he won the highest paid. I mean, he sure looked like he needed to be on the front of somebody's magazine when he did his press release. I guess looking nice has a strong representation of money, right?
Well, of course, if you sit up
well, isn't he dating a porn star?
But look at the Chargers. The Chargers quarterback said, what did he say? He looked at all the picks he got. And he's like, "Oh, we're going to be fine. This is wonderful. I think things should go like this all the time." Like, you got to be kidding me. bro, every win in the NFL means
Matters,
something.
yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Even the ties.
And I get that it's hard to find a good quarterback in the NFL, just period. But they definitely overpaid him on that one.
So, look, we're going to turn the twist here because, there's one, you probably know the answer to this because he probably doesn't. So, I'm going to go to you because you might know the answer.
Okay.
What position is considered the smartest position in football? So, I was thinking about that. I've been having these trivias in my head as I watch.
Center.
That's dangerous.
So, who is
Center.
who is considered
quarterback.
in
the
football
quarterback.
the smartest player on the football team?
Center.
No.
It's the quarterback,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So for many
Switzerland.
years,
Yeah.
black quarterbacks could never be black quarterbacks because they could not be considered one of the smartest persons, or the IQ, the learn the playbook, the
Okay.
all that comes with it, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we've been seeing the other ones, let's say Anglo's, always been superior. Look at this weekend. Look at all the black quarterbacks.
Playing well, too.
Deshaun Watson.
Thank
Very
you.
well.
I'm glad you got cable. Okay. All right. Thank you. Somebody be here with me. Man. You can get all this shit off your phone, man. Yeah.
Just look it up. Yeah.
Shit.
But which one in particular were we talking about that just kind of like got your
I
attention?
mean, Cleveland,
Tyrod Taylor
the
played very
Ravens. I mean, you can just go on. All those guys performed.
Cam
They
played
wasn't
very well.
just.
well, what's his name? Jackson was getting put in and out from Baltimore, right? They were kind of like interchanging him.
But but then they got two. So the
Flacco?
Yeah, no, not Flacco, but the other quarterback, he got injured with the hamstring. They pulled him out, and the other black quarterback come in. They still perform. So what I'm getting at is that it shouts out to the fact that we're looking at the civil rights, the empathies that's going in the community, and a lot of kids don't understand that was a position most blacks couldn't even play. And if you did, you had to be so to the whole nother level. But just to see that the league is opening up to just give that type of position, because if you graduate out of college as a quarterback, normally when you get drafted in the NBA, you're going to become a safety or a DB. You don't
Wide
get
receiver.
wide receiver,
Yeah.
depending on how fast you are. So that's just a shout out to the whole, what's going on in the community. But just seeing that just shows a lot. We see a lot of black people that's excelling, but that's in NFL right now, that is a positive.
And so, for someone like Deshaun Watson, what was it, like not even a year ago, he had that injury to come back week one and be able to perform in Foxborough.
And we got a few blue blacks, so these ain't no light-skinned blacks. And,
And on that note, we're going to take our
the
first
high
break.
melanin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take our first break, and we got Mother Fitness coming up
Some
with
Texas
her
and
guests.
You talking about Patrick
Keep it right
Mahomes?
here on
Yeah.
Sports
Light skin?
Collective
Yeah, we got some Texas
TV. We'll be right back.
black.
Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your healthcare. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.
Hey, I'm Sergeant First Class Ferran Dozier. I'm here at the military base, and I have the sickle cell trait. Now, why I got involved is I experienced what they call sickle cell trait exertion. And I was doing the Army physical fitness test, the 2-mile run, and when I got done, I collapsed. A lot of soldiers and athletes have been dying at football fields and running track, and the family members have no idea that they have the sickle cell trait gene or that it's a trigger. So my purpose is to mobilize the community so we can find out what's in your genes. How will life be if we could prevent another child from being born with sickle cell trait or disease? And if a child was born with the trait or disease, that the family members would have the education, awareness, and resources in every city that they lived in. So tune into our webinar series and find out what's the count.
What's the count? What's the count? What's the count?
All right, welcome back to Sports Collective TV. I'm your host and moderator, Farhan, aka WDC. Hey, just so you know, the commercial you saw about the CHAMP study, I went and actually did my blood work today. It took me a few months to do my due diligence and make sure I researched it. And then I actually met one of the ladies, Teresa, from the case study in Maryland. I went to go out there to D.C., and so I met her. She has a trait. She was in the Army, and so she works with that case study at the Uniformed Services University. So after I met her and talked to her, I was like, all right, I'm going to go finish up my blood work and submit my paperwork. So I'm advocating for that, getting people with sickle cell trait to join that case study to make sure or help find research as far as what's triggering the rhabdomyolysis with sickle cell trait connected. And it's kind of my life story, so it's important to me.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. It should be important to everyone in the community.
Yeah,
especially if you don't know if you have the trait,
Yeah, it's less now than it was, but it's still there.
Still there.
Yeah, exactly.
So, as you know, Sports Collective TV, we bring about different topics. So, Antoine, shouts out to Antoine for introducing us to Mother Fitness. And then this gentleman here, Antoine, talked about you initially. And so here you are today. So
we got you in the studio.
Mother Fitness, take it away.
All right. Well, it gives me much pleasure, and I'm super elated to have this gentleman here in the studio with us today, because Butch, anybody that's out there in the neighborhood knows Butch. Butch is the main staple. And he started a lot of bodybuilding careers and fitness careers. And when I met Butch probably in the latter 90s when I was just starting to bodybuild and, being the big fitness girl and all that. And his name was always going around, especially if you guys know about Black Diamond. My real G's know about Black Diamond Gym on 54th and Crenshaw, because a lot of us got our start there. That was like the black goals for us,
Exactly.
And anybody, even the big IFBB pros now have gotten their start at Black Diamond at some point.
Okay.
So Butch Dennis's name was always resonating around the gym. Everybody trained hard to do Butch Dennis's shows. So that was the thing for us to want to do. And I had the pleasure of doing a few of Butch's shows, and I can it gives me pleasure to say that I won, and then because I wasn't going to stop till I did. And Butch gave great trophies. He gave great prizes. He gave prized money at that time, which was major for us. And with all of that being said, Butch was born in Cleveland. He lives the truth, and when I get to the end, you'll understand what I mean. He lives the truth of taking care of yourself through health and fitness. He lives what he breathes. He fell in love with working out at an early age, and he would even cut school to work out. He hung out at the YMCA, which holds very near and dear to my heart. Shout out to Weingart Wellness YMCA, because I teach classes there. In 1966, he joined the Marines and became a welterweight champ.
Oh, so you did some boxing.
He did some boxing, and he's also a veteran, because in 1967, he was part of the Vietnam Tour of Duty. In 1969, he returned home to Cleveland and moved to California in 73. In 1978, he attended Hollywood Barber College and graduated. Hence, look how finely manicured this is. This is the reason why. Okay, in 1982, he opened up his first barber salon, Butch's Sheer Perfection, and Butch still does cut hair now. Wow. Okay, in 1985, and he still has his own business, he met Jack O'Plantis, who was very mainstay and staple to a lot of old school bodybuilders of the ABCC, and started training with him and did his first show and took second. And he was hooked at that point. In 1986, he married a beautiful woman by the name of Wanda and had 2 children, Carrie and Butch. Junior, and as he continued in bodybuilding, he felt promoters didn't appreciate the competitors from the trophies on down. So he started his very own organization and named it the Amateur Christian Bodybuilding Association. And he said he felt that name itself would be the glue that would help keep everything together. And Butch is a very spiritual man, and he stands strong in his faith. And that's one thing that I know that is true, because I always get nice texts from Butch in the morning. That's spiritual, that fuels my day.
Yeah, good deal.
So, me saying this before I hand this over to Butch, because I know I'm running my mouth long.
It's okay.
But Butch, he's 71 years old, so we all should
71.
hope to look this way when we get there. This is why health and fitness is so important, guys. This is why I'm always telling you how important this is in your life, and you can start at any time. So, with that all being said, I'm going to turn this over to Butch. And Butch, I have a question. Yes, you do. You have plenty to say.
But before we move on, Mother Fitness.
Yes.
Can you do my intro next time? Because I love
She left very little for me.
No, but I wanted to make sure the viewers kind of understood. I didn't want any stone left unturned about this man, because anybody that's in the community that knows Butch, they have nothing but great things to say about him, and he's touched a lot of lives. And I wouldn't even be sitting here myself today if I did not start with him. And my first shows, I started with him, and I'm not going to deny that. So no matter where I went, we all journeyed off and came back, and Butch still trains to this day. So we'll give you that information at the end. He's still creating champions, y'all. Okay.
You want me to kind of guide you down the path? Or
No, she said so much.
So wait a minute. I still got plenty to ask you.
Okay,
now,
what's that?
what made you get into the fitness industry?
Well,
why did you start?
Okay, well, the fitness industry, as you put it. Ever since I was a kid, I had a cousin. His name was Collins.
Okay.
And he was into reading bodybuilding books. And there was a black guy, and his name was Harold Poole. I don't think it's probably way before you guys' time.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was a black bodybuilder, and I would check them and check the magazines out. And I wanted to be like that. Now, I'm from Cleveland, and I wanted to go to the gyms around. They had one gym in town. It was called the Apollo. My mother said that the guys that went there were fags.
Oh, Lord.
So she wouldn't let me go to the gym. But she would let me every now and then go to the YMCA.
Right.
And then, I would see some stuff there that I felt like was probably going at the other gym.
Exactly.
But anyway, that got me interested. And a guy on my street by the name of Sterling, he got some weights. And everybody on the street was lifting his weights and whatnot. I happened to be the strongest on the street. I could lift 110 pounds.
Wow.
Damn.
I don't know. I guess we was like about 12, 13.
Okay.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay.
So anyway, I kind of got addicted to just lifting whatever we could do, So as time passed on, in high school, I was on the wrestling team. I was in the Golden Gloves. I was on the decathlon team. I was on the football team. I got my leg broke. After I got my leg broke, I started wrestling. Okay. So it was this white guy's name was Bianchi. And he would tell us, what we should eat. I mean, it wasn't like all the things you see now, but he would always say, don't eat fried foods. Make sure your chicken is baked.
And when was this? Like around what year?
This was like in 64.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay, that was early on.
Yeah,
Right.
so, really, the health thing wasn't as prevalent as it is now.
And I don't think processed food
Yeah,
was
the food
as
quality was
processed
different.
food wasn't
Food
as
quality
big.
was a little better,
No,
but I
getting it down.
I would go home and tell my mom, hey, no more fried chicken. She looked at me like I was a damn fool.
So you're not eating for the next couple of days.
But she succumbed, and she started baking chicken. So I started trying to eat healthy back then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was due to Coach Bianchi. And then as I got into weightlifting, I got into cutting hair. I started cutting hair when I was 13. Only thing I needed was license.
Yeah.
I didn't have license. I waited until I moved out here and got my license. But I always worked out. I was working out at Goes. And I joined Crenshaw Christian Center. And a guy by the name of Keith White, I don't know if you remember Keith White.
I remember
He used to
that
compete
name.
in the ABCC. What was that? The amateur bodybuilding coordinating committee.
Okay.
He used to compete in that. And he would see me at the gym and at church. And he told me, hey, Butch, you ever thought about bodybuilding? I said, nah, well, you know, I work out. I don't think I can be a bodybuilder. So, because when I was, let me back up. When I was at Goals, a lot of the guys I knew around there took drugs.
The roids.
Now, I didn't want to get into the drug thing, and I knew you couldn't really make any money naturally, because you guys don't want to go see somebody that's built natural.
Right.
You want to see somebody who's among us and look like a monster. So that's what sells, you know.
Right.
So I didn't want to get into that. But then I met Jack O'Blanis through this guy named Keith White. He told me, he said, why don't you get into it? I said, well, I'll try. Go see Jack O'Blanis. Now, when I went to see Jack O'Blanis, I thought I was the stuff. Jack O'Blanis said, what do you, I think he asked me, what did I curl? And I must have said, maybe like 150 pounds or whatever. So when he asked me, what do you, leg extension? I told him whatever. It was a lie. So I did. So he
No
said,
legs, huh?
So he said, hey, go on and curl for me. Put the weight on. I'm swinging. I'm lifting it.
Yeah.
So he said, now get against the wall. Now do it. I couldn't budge.
Oh, no.
It's hard to do a curl with a lot of weight like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Then he told me to do my leg extension. I'm up there and I'm going like this. Then he sat in back of me. I couldn't get the weight up.
Oh, my
So that was
goodness.
enough that sold me.
Yeah.
And now you got to remember, this is in 70 something.
Yeah.
And $25 for a session was a lot of money.
Yeah.
I wasn't even making that much money, but I sacrificed and I started going to him.
Wow.
I went from 210 maybe down to 167.
Damn, you cut.
I was cut
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
I was definitely cut up. Then he told me, he said, now you can go to Goals and you can do this. I went down to Goals thinking I was big stuff. I got down there, everybody down there was bigger than me.
Right. Exactly.
So anyway, he had a natural bodybuilding.
What you missed the gap of your I respect the veteran. You know, thank you for paving the way for
Oh,
me.
Yes.
What do you want
How
to know
did
about
you
that?
How did you manage? Did you? Your
Let me tell you,
exercise-
now, when I joined the Marine Corps, believe it or not, that was the first time I ever really trained anybody. Now, in the Marine Corps, you would have free time. It would be an hour.
Mm-hmm.
You could either smoke a cigarette, you could write letters.
Right.
My drill instructor picked me to work with the fat bodies. There were a lot of guys that would come in, they were overweight.
Right.
And at my lunch, at my free time, I would get out there and make them do exercises. So that was really the first start of really.
Okay.
I never knew that I was going to become a personal trainer or anything, because that wasn't happening like
Right,
that back
right.
then. So anyway, that happened, and I got some people to lose weight while I was in the service, and.
What'd you tell your instructor when you realized you had to give up your free time to start training people?
It wasn't a. I like the idea of working out because I would work out with them.
Okay,
You know, and then plus, I didn't smoke cigarettes, so I wasn't going out there to smoke cigarettes.
I get you. I mean, they could have gave it to you some other time. Be like, here.
Nah,
instead of-
the Marine Corps don't do it like that. You know,
Exactly.
they don't do it like that. So that's I guess that. Then I joined the boxing team,
Okay.
Okay.
and
How'd you get into that?
this guy named Murphy, same thing. He told me.
You've had a lot of influence.
said, hey, you should box, and I tried it, and
Knocking people out.
yeah. But I had
Pretty much.
Let me tell you, I was a welterweight champ in the early '60s.
Yeah.
In the Golden Gloves. When I got in the Marine Corps, I was beating everybody.
Wow.
Now let me tell you, I kind of got a big head, and when we was in the NAM, you would get to leave your base and go to another base, and they would call these things smokers.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be no weight or anything. You know, a guy could weigh 180 and you could weigh 160.
Right.
It was just for entertainment.
Right.
So there was this guy named Grizel, a white guy, and I had thought up until then that I could beat any white guy.
Was it gloves?
Gloves on, gloves off. It didn't matter. But the guy's name was Grizel, and he was supposed to fight my buddy, but he was bigger. So I said, you know,
I'll take him.
I can take him. And he told me, he said, hey man, you might not want to fight me. Like, you might not want to fight me because I was going to go pro before I came in the Marine Corps. It didn't matter to me. My coach said you can get it. And plus he was left-handed.
Okay.
That was the first time I got beat.
Wow.
And the last.
Wow.
I stopped.
The lefty.
The guy, he didn't knock me out. I wouldn't let him knock me out. But
you took
it
a couple.
took forever for the towel to come in the ring.
Yeah.
So that taught me, hey, you can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
I saw that same white guy coming back from Vietnam in Okinawa, and me and my brother. Now, I don't know if, the culture for us in Vietnam was we didn't give dap to white boys. We only gave dap to the brothers.
Right.
But I've kind of, the guy had whipped my butt.
Right. You
So
had some respect.
he was in, I had much respect
Yeah,
for him.
respect.
So I gave him just a pound.
Yeah.
My brother was there and said he wanted to whip his ass. you don't give no white boy no damn.
Yeah.
So, but I told him, hey man, the dude is cool.
So,
And
I know Mother Fitness, you got some questions.
I do have some questions
go ahead
about
and-
letting him
Go
speak.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. If there's anyone out there that's interested in competing, what kind of advice would you give them?
Nah.
First, the most important thing about getting yourself in shape is get yourself mentally.
Absolutely.
I always ask people when they come to me and they tell me, I want to do this, I want to do that. I say, well, where are you at as far as mentally? You got to, because the body won't follow this.
That's right.
What did I say?
Body won't follow mine.
The body.
No,
mind.
the mind
Mind
won't
first.
follow the body.
Your body will
mind,
follow
your
the
body
mind.
will follow your mind.
Okay.
Once you get this straightened out, your body will succumb.
Right.
That's right.
And it becomes like a mindset. Like I started, like I said, in high school, Coach Bianchi, not eating red meat, eating broiled or baked chicken. You got to want to do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, I just can't do it. I don't want to do it. But it gets to the point where you don't have to think about brushing your teeth in the morning.
Right.
You go in the bathroom, you take out the toothpaste, you brush your teeth. You can do it without even thinking about it.
Right.
And it's the same thing with working out or eating right. Once you get this intact, right here, your body's going to follow.
Where do you equate your mental toughness from?
Well, I like to say, a lot of discipline came from the Marine Corps.
Okay.
Yeah. That's true.
I
can see that.
I still am that guy.
Yeah.
But even as a child, you had that mindset. Remember, you skipped school. When you worked out.
Well, yeah.
So something clicked there.
Well, it got to the point where whenever you want to eat something or drink something, you got to think about it. What is it doing to me?
Yeah.
Is this going to be good for me or bad for me? Now, once you establish that in your thinking, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
We see all the young people need to hear that. Everyone they eat hot
Absolutely.
Cheetos,
There
with
you
talk,
go.
they do not think about that when they're
Let me
eating.
tell you, my kid, my kid Butch, up until, gosh, I didn't let him eat anything. He couldn't. When he went to McDonald's, I remember I had left my keys in a McDonald's, and I went back. I said, "Did I leave my keys here?" And they said, "Yeah, we remember you because your son is the only one that came in here and asked for a salad." So and I didn't let them eat like that.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna do their own thing now.
Yeah.
But if you really want to get into taking care of yourself, you got to really watch what you
Mother
eat.
Fitness, you got
And
some
that's
more?
true. Because, now let me ask you this. We kind of know what your perspective is on health and fitness, but recently I found out that you became a vegan, and you've been a vegan now for over a year, and I was really intrigued with that.
Well, I watched. A friend of mine said, "Watch this." Watch this.
There's more to
He said,
veganism
"Watch
than just
this
that.
documentary on
Netflix.
what the health."
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And I watched it, and then I got on my computer to see if some of this stuff was true.
Right.
And I wasn't eating red meat. I haven't eaten red meat or pork in probably like 30-something years.
Okay.
Even longer than that. Longer than that. I've been married 32. I was doing it before I got married. More like 40 years.
Damn, I just had some yesterday.
Wow.
So anyway, when I watched that and saw all the stuff they're putting in meat and whatnot, I said, I'm done.
Wow.
And then I was, like Gwen knows, I had a hip replacement in October of the last year. And that summer I started, and I've been on it ever since.
We got a few more minutes, Mother Fitness. You got some
Well,
more?
I know that you do have hobbies and interests outside of this, and one that I do know about that you love so much. So won't you talk about that?
Oh, I love skating.
That's right. I know you do.
I go skating every Thursday.
So you
Every
can see
Sunday.
Butch up there, World on Wheels, y'all.
I'll be the smooth guy. And you can see me in Northridge on Sundays.
Okay. All right.
That's my thing. I love skating. I've been skating since I was like 6 or 7. I gave it to my son. He skates like I used to do. But I still skate. I'm smooth.
All right.
But if I can say anything for you young people out there, it's what you do now that's gonna help you later in life. Me being
that.
71 now is not because I'm doing something spectacular now. It's what I did when I was young.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't smoke. I don't drink. I guess what else?
Don't do drugs.
Those are two big factors right there.
I don't drink alcohol. You know, I don't do none of that.
We're gonna bring you back. We're gonna bring
He
you
definitely,
back.
because he's a wealth of information.
Definitely.
And just know that even if you haven't started on a fitness journey, you guys, it's never too late, because there's
No,
some
it's never
awesome
too
people
late.
that's out there that started working out when they were 50 and they would still run circles around anybody that's in their 20s and 30s. Listen to this information. We really want it to get out to our communities, especially. Let's just start living a healthier lifestyle, and let's get rid of some of those diseases, because it can be easy.
Definitely.
You don't have to be laying on the table to get the diseases away. So, in closing, I have one more question for you, Butch. I just need to know, what's your favorite body part to work out?
Well, like most brothers,
Biceps.
You got cheese? Do you have cheese graters? I'm trying to get some cheese graters.
Abs or biceps?
bicep.
That's right. I figured you'd say that.
Ow, man, I
'Cause
want cheese graters.
You be holding on to them guns. Now, if you guys want to get in touch with Butch, you can follow him on Instagram under Butch Dennis, right?
67.
67.
No,
Thank you.
not 67. Just Butch Dennis.
Just
just
Butch
Butch
Dennis.
Dennis?
Okay.
Butch, period, Dennis.
Okay.
Butch period Dennis, or you can find him as Butch Dennis on Facebook.
Right.
Feel free to DM him on Instagram, or you can instant message him for more details about him, because he still does train and he has some competitors out there that's doing big things. Butch is also our MC for the UMBA, like I spoke of, the shows that we do. So me and Butch have a good connection. We can't lose each other whether we wanted to or
Do I have
not.
a minute to say something?
Yes.
Okay, like Gwen was telling you, I used to put on these shows and whatnot. And maybe people don't know. I'm going to tell you something that's the climate that we're in right now. I don't know if you know, those people are killing folks and this and that, right? Well, me being a vet and going through Vietnam and whatnot, like I was doing these shows, and then I got to a point where I could hardly figure out what was the hell happening. And then I was diagnosed as having post-traumatic stress syndrome, right? What do you call it?
PTSD.
And so PTSD. And right now, I like I said, I used to try to sort things out myself. I couldn't do it. So I found out when I was diagnosed. So I started going to the therapist, and they gave me something for it. So now I'm back to being that guy that used to put on a show. So what I'm thinking about, I'm going to have a show in 2019.
Okay.
And I want to make it just like it was. So anybody that's interested in competing and you want to come to a fun show, it's going to be in 2019.
Nice.
There you go.
Thank you for your time. We're going to take a quick break because we got one more guest coming up here. So again, the Sports Collective TV right here on Morris Media Live. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Champ of the champ of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your health care. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctt-ggg@usuhs.edu.
That's his own gym word.
Yeah, I got my own language.
Welcome back to Sports Collective TV. I'm your host, Madar Farhan, aka WDC. You know, we started this segment back at our other show, Sports Lounge Live, and Chasing the Hoop Dream.
Are we going right into that?
Yeah, we're going right
Jumping right into it.
Right into that. But she a vegan. Did you know she was a vegan?
Yeah, I know she's a vegan.
Dang. You a vegan?
I'm not a vegan, but let the beautiful lady introduce herself real quick. Who we got here?
No, it is really, I just want to say something before we move on, because the last segment, it is really, really important. But the whole sickle cell, I think a 71-year-old man to tell you that when he was a kid, it was certain foods he just didn't eat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you look at today's world, and, you know, my little knuckleheads, that's all they eat is everything got a drive-through. So it's like... So that just to say...
Very impressive. That was an impressive segment. Great interview. Shout out to Mother Fitness as well.
Now you know how it feels.
Yeah. All right, so moving on. But I just wanted to reiterate that, because it is repercussions from food. You know what I'm saying? And talk to our next guest. She said, I mentioned that she was a vegan. I know I've had the challenges of being around people that are vegan and really wanted to kind of step to that next level, but I just love meat a little too much.
He said it earlier. If you don't get your mindset
it's like brushing your teeth.
If you don't get your mindset around it,
that's the part I got. It's like brushing your teeth. You want it to be kind of like second nature in your lifestyle versus, you know, man, I got to brush my teeth. Anyway.
So launch give the outline of the Chasing Hoop Dreams segment.
Chasing Hoop Dreams is a segment that's kind of all started off from kids that I worked with in AAU basketball all over Phoenix and all over the country, who's either had some sort of scenario in their life where they basically started off in basketball, and then I always look at Chris who went to Dakota. So he lived in Dakota at -2 degrees. But came from Phoenix, Arizona, you know, persevered, ended up having a kid, ended up having a tumor. So his son was born with an adult tongue, you know, and then went through all this process of still trying to accomplish school.
Chasing
basketball, went to Mexico, had a shot to go to Dubai, you know. So we get these stories like that, and it's kind of unique. And then we've had... you know, other athletes where they basically, it wasn't about just basketball, it was like family. You know, it was not all about just something traumatic happened to
family.
them.
Frank Nitty said it was all about his family, chasing the hoop dream. So I invited you here to share, you know, your experiences, what you're up to today, but more so your connection to sports. So introduce yourself to the...
My name is Andrea, and I played basketball. I started basketball when I was in middle school, I would say. And it's funny because I grew up playing the piano at first. Like, I played piano since I was 6 years old, and everybody thought that, okay, she's just smart and she's going to play the piano, because I just love to read. I've been reading since I was 5 years old. Started reading Harry Potter when I was 6 years old, and I was an overweight kid, honestly. So getting into basketball, I was in middle school, and I really got into it because my dad, he played basketball, and he really was just focusing on my sister. So he would always take me to the gym, and but he would just have me on the side, he was focused on my older sister, and he would just be like, "All right, Andre, go over there. Like, you're not really athletic, so no one thought I would play basketball." So that kind of just lit up a fire in my heart, and I was just like, "Oh, you think I can't play basketball? All right, forget piano. I'm gonna go try to play basketball." So one thing he did teach me was how to shoot. So, I just practiced my shot, got to high school, and made the varsity team when I was a freshman. And, it started there.
And for the ones who don't understand that that's a major accomplishment, you know what I'm saying? That, because when you get to high school, that's what you want to play as varsity. You don't want to be on the JV squad.
Right. Or the B's and C's.
You know what I'm saying? So are the fact that she has enough talent to play what position? What position were you playing?
Shooter.
Oh,
Shooter.
So the two,
I shoot.
Yeah, just get
Shoot
you the
that
ball
three.
and I launch it. I don't
I
play
really
no
would launch
defense.
it.
I don't do anything else. I just come down and I launch. Because that's what we see now. That's in basketball
You
now.
got threes coming from overseas.
I got 3 players over here that don't play defense. Don't foul nobody. Just shoot the ball.
Yeah.
So I get it. It's called Golden State Warriors.
And I love the Golden State Warriors because I'm from the Bay, and I love Steph Curry. That's my boy right there.
So did anything? I mean, okay, you had this weight issue. Basketball kind of gave you this recovery in regards to just being fit and athletic.
Yeah.
So that's 2 accomplishments, and you're a nice looking young lady. So I would imagine sometimes people just think because you have an attractive look that your confidence is just not always there. So what did you do to kind of build that inner confidence for yourself?
It's so funny you said that because I always think about that. And my friends, my friend actually talked to me about this a couple months ago. He's just like, you just got to get used to your physical appearance now. Because growing up, I never thought I'd be like this, And so also, growing up as an overweight kid, you get I guess you would say an insecurity, And even when you lose the weight, you still think, I'm fat,
There's all something to prove, right?
Yeah, you feel like you're not good enough, and you always feel like you got to prove yourself to somebody. And honestly, it wasn't until last year where I was just like, who am I trying to prove to? I'm grown now. At the end of the day, it matters what I feel about myself. And so I just recently starting to realize okay, you're growing up, you're an attractive woman, what people call you, and I'm actually just getting used to it. Honestly, sometimes I honestly don't even pay attention to
I mean, in
physical,
retrospect,
but
what we see in social media today in regards to people's imaging and branding, and especially from a female perspective, I mean, men, we kind of horn in a little bit, but women, not horny. Oh, okay, all right. Well, anyway, some hornies out there probably, but anyway. But then there's women that are competing with women. Yeah. Because you could just see you go to certain the pages and you look at all these women liking this woman. Is it what's behind all that? Because as a guy, if I see a buff guy, I'm most likely ain't gonna like your picture. But I might oh, that's nice, he's doing this thing, you know what I'm saying? But women like women. It's almost like a competition based on just the gender itself.
What do you mean, women like women?
I mean, I could like maybe his shoes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm women look at your outfit, your hair, there's all these different things are going on, that. You kind of understand where I'm kind of going with this? No?
No.
I kind of get what you're saying, but are you saying it women competing
because we're
with
talking
women?
about confidence, and so I'm just looking at how women compliment other women, whereas men don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you being considered an attractive woman, you know what I'm saying? I could imagine that you have a lot of women that's attracted to you as well because of your physique or your attitude or your clothes, or we just don't really see that on both ends with men.
Eyelashes look, Ilya.
You like the eyelashes?
Yeah.
When you were playing basketball, did you have any what was your vision for basketball? Was it college and then WNBA, or what were you shooting for? Or just
honestly, when I played basketball, I just wanted. When I really started to get the love of the game, I was I just want to play. And then my first thing out of high school, I was I want to play college. But I didn't really know that college world. So I was good. I was good in high school, but then when I got to the next level, it's all all right, this is a whole nother level. So I actually, I went to Cal State Fullerton straight out of high school, and I wanted to walk on the team, but I still wasn't like that top athlete. You know what I'm saying? And then so when I went to Cal State Fullerton, it was a humbling experience because I tried to walk on there, and she was like, "You're not in shape, to play." It was D1,
Yeah.
so I'm like, okay. She was like, "But you know what? I'm gonna keep you around because I like you." And I would just work my ass off. Like, I'd be diving on the floors for balls. Like, ain't nobody gonna outwork me. So she's like, "I'm gonna keep you around." I was on the practice team, blah, blah. And I just worked my tail off, like, in the gym. And it was, like, halfway through the season where, I was shedding weight. And people would be like, I'd be in the rec center. And people would be like, "You should go out for the team." And they'd be like, "You're hecka good." So I was getting all these people like, "You're good, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you play?" And I'm thinking in my head, well, I wasn't good like 6 months ago because she just cut me.
Right.
And then even the assistant coaches would compliment me like, "I see you working really hard in the gym." And even the main coach, she was just like, "Come back next year." Even while I was on the practice team, she was just like, go on the practice team and you could come back next year, like try out. So halfway through the season, I'd even play against some of the girls at the rec center that were on the team, and I'd be low-key balling them up too. So I just got big-headed, Basketball has been like, it helped me develop my character and helped me see who I was. So, after that, I left because I was just like, man, I should be on the team. She should have never cut me. She's crazy. So I left and went to FJC, and I did good there, but my vision, I didn't really have like a long-term vision. I was just always in the moment. Like, can I do this?
Yeah.
Am I good enough for this? I was just always in the moment.
Season to season.
Yeah, I was always in the moment.
Do you feel like being overweight at such an early age and overcoming that aided to your mental toughness throughout the rest of your playing career?
Definitely, because every time I was against somebody, I was just like, I need to just work my tail off. Like, if they're a better athlete than me, what can I do? All I got to do is work hard. All I can do is work hard. Work harder than them.
So what was that turning point?
What was...
Yeah, from basketball. What was that? An injury or what shifted?
All right, so basically I get to the junior college, right? And
so you had D1 opportunity to walk on. You ended up on the practice squad. You're still in the rec league. You got in, you hooked them up, boom, bam. Now you at the J Cool.
Yeah, because halfway, it don't sound smart at all.
To summarize it real quick.
It don't sound smart at all.
That's my gumbo version.
I'm not saying what I did was right, y'all.
I was young.
That's about right or wrong.
Yeah, so this ain't NBC. We only got so much time.
Yeah, so something happened.
So basically, I was still going to Cal State Fullerton, but I just wanted to play ball. So I went to JC. I was going to 2 schools at one time.
Are you eligible to do? Oh, because you're only playing at one school.
Yeah.
You're only playing at one school. But I didn't want to academically, I wanted my academics at CSUF.
Right.
So that first year, I tried out at FJC. Coach was like, "We love you. We need you on the team, blah, blah, blah." They give me all this, attention. So it was like feeding my ego, like, okay, I'm good, blah, blah, blah. So I play at FJC. I did okay. I did good. I was starting that first season. I did good, average about 10 to 12 points. Then, you get humbled again. My head got big. I'm like, man, I'm better than all these girls here, and
you rocking that Fullerton back jacket too on the other end. I'm like, so hey.
Yeah, I'm like, and I go to Cal State Fullerton.
Yeah. Y'all can't go up the street when they go to lunch with me.
So yeah, the first season, I did all right, but I'm a shooter and I don't like to play defense. Like,
I told y'all that earlier.
She's a Warriors fan.
I don't like to play defense really.
Yeah,
so
that's called running back.
Right.
Did you watch a lot of professional basketball growing up?
Huh?
Did you watch a lot of professional basketball growing up in your early playing stages?
I would watch it with my dad when he had it on TV. I wasn't like a fanatic, but I would watch it on TV.
Is there a certain player you kind of tried to model your game after or kind of imitate on the court?
Not with no defense.
No, but
they won't throw nobody out there.
No, but I always did look up to Jordan. Like, everybody loved Jordan. You know, Jordan was just, I felt like he's the best because of his mind.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It doesn't mean you're the most athletic or you're the best shooter, but no one can outdo him. He's just a champion.
So where did the injury take place?
So, anyways,
injury? You slipped and fell in a stiletto, or what happened? What's going on?
My ankle got sprained. So basically, I would have ankle problems. I'd have foot problems. I had plantar fasciitis. I would have to just work through that.
Wait. That's a big word. Fasciitis? What is that?
Plantar fasciitis.
Okay, explain that to the people, because there's some people out there that's looking that up on Google. Like, what is it? How do you even spell it?
Serious too.
What is that?
So basically, they say when you have flat feet and you're running, it's basically like the bottom of your foot kind of just cramps up. And it's hard to walk. So even you feel it most in the morning. So your muscles in your foot basically just go like this. So when you try to like plant your foot on the ground, your muscles are like this. So it's like it's painful.
That's why military
it's like
you can't join flat feet in military.
Yeah,
sharp pain in your foot.
Student athlete.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So anyway,
you had the phalaropatitis, right?
Plantar fasciitis.
Okay. All right.
So, like I said, I did all right my first year. Second year, coaches were changing. It was a lot of just stuff happening on the team. The coach that actually cut me on the Cal State Fullerton team, she becomes my coach at Fullerton Junior College my second year.
Look how God worked. Did she cut you again?
No, she actually, my previous coach actually was just like, told her a lot of great things about me, how I've grown and blah, blah. So actually when she got there, she was just like, she actually acted like nothing happened, because I never told them I was leaving the practice squad. I just stopped showing up. Like, y'all could deuces. So when she became my coach my second year, I was just like, how is this going to be? But she was cool. Like, she was just like, I'm going to need a lot from you this year. This your team. Like, you're like a big piece.
So, but did you still have the phalaropatitis?
Those are one of the things. Like plantar fasciitis is one of the things you just got to work through. It's not really like a.
So you can't really.
That you just got to stretch every day. You got to rehab.
Okay. Is there ever a full recovery from that, or is that just a lifelong thing you have?
They say some it's lifelong,
flat
but
feet, it's a wrap.
It's. I don't have it anymore.
They're selling feet now. I mean, most likely just pig feet though. They know.
So basketball comes to an end.
Yeah, damn, sorry, y'all. Damn, let me summarize this.
Basketball
comes to the end. My second year, I missed the first few games because my foot, the top of my foot, is called like a Liz Frank sprain. I couldn't play on that. Yeah. So I was just out the first few games, and I was just working through that the whole season. And then, it's mental. Everything's mental. I had to get my mind right, and I just wasn't mentally prepared. No. So, after that season, I just went back to Cal State Fullerton. I had an opportunity to go to like a D3 school, but I was just like, man, forget it. I ain't doing that.
Right, so let's put a girl team together, and we'll call it the Farron girl team. What is it? The WDC.
WDC.
We put a girl team.
Hey,
and we looking for any girl that got flat feet. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a specialist. So if you got flat feet,
hold on.
We need 10 girls with flat feet.
Hold on. So you created this brand called
My Hair is Art.
Yeah, and describe that real quick
So My Hair is Art is a brand to just love yourself for who you are. Love your curls, love your fro. It's all about the natural hair movement. And I actually created that. Me and a partner actually created that. Actually, my friend, that was her idea. And she was, like, giving out free shirts. And I was like, let's spread this word out. Like, let's really take this serious. And
so this is personal to me, kind of, because my daughter is also black and Filipino. And I didn't understand that in young women, if you are mixed race, she had, like, identity crisis.
Yeah.
And so she had hair like hers as a child. And then when she got to high school, it was like, who do I fit in with? I don't fit in with the black girls. I don't fit in with the white kids. I kind of like the Mexican girls. So what did she do? She straightened her hair. And then so she fit in with the Hispanic girls until about last year where she decided to cut her hair off. And now she's rocking an afro if you check them out on social media. So this almost looks like my daughter pretty much. So I appreciate you for creating that because I had no idea that she dealt with that kind of a peer pressure.
But you know what?
Parent. I had no clue.
That's a big thing just with women, period, now. Like, hair. I mean, and I'm going to say this. My daughter is in braids and was scared about getting her hair wet. I was like, the thing with hair with black women is, and not just only black women, but just women, period, because now I think we now know that white women wear extensions. And
Oh,
things like
yeah,
that.
everybody
Yeah,
rocking
definitely.
extensions
So,
now.
but there was a time.
Nobody's safe. Wait till you see me tomorrow.
But there was a time there was called the fly girl era, where girls literally every 2 weeks would get their hair done, especially in LA. That was the fly girl era, like in the late '80s, where women would just literally get their hair done based on whatever the measurements was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just
Right.
get them a fly whip. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand how that could be a major factor, because just in the black women, different types of color, different types of hair, different grades of hair.
But I think we all go through some type of identity crisis.
I know.
man.
I wish I could just wear
You can't, 'cause you can't do
eyebrows.
this.
I just want your eyebrows.
Oh, you want my eyebrows?
I want your eyebrows.
First
Oh, he's saying
48,
right
right? 48 years in the making right there. Don't worry about it.
I'm saying.
So give them your social media so they can follow you, about your
And thank you for coming. Hope
Yeah,
you had a
absolutely.
good
Thank you
time.
for
And
having
before you
me.
head out, I just wanted to
Oh,
know.
this is Al, by the way.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm over here on the corner. What's basketball for you today? That's kind of the last
So
question.
actually, last year I started playing for this pro-am team. It's a semi-pro team in the Bay Area.
Look at his mouth.
In
There you go.
Oakland.
He's like,
And
that's where he's from.
yeah, I was down here playing for the Drew too before that. But so what happened?
We got relationships.
Yeah.
Well, now I know.
Shout out but you know what? Shout out, look, LABC League, they got a girls' league, and we got hair, vegan, Papa crossing Nazareth feet, so we can work something
can't
out.
wait.
She could definitely be a poster girl.
Gotta go.
You don't need the logo. We just put Papa.
He went to college. Don't worry about it. He went to college.
Yeah. 2 days.
I forgot what I was saying.
It's interesting because
I just forgot what I was saying. But
we're at the Drew League a lot as well, commentating on games.
I'll take y'all back. So what does basketball mean for you today?
all right, so when I was down here after I graduated Cal State Fullerton, I was playing at the Drew League. I was about to play for Basketball Beauties, and y'all know who Basketball Beauties is, right?
I think I'm going to look that up.
Yeah.
Look it up. And then, so I moved back home because I had a trainer up there. So I actually got, I tried out for the semi-pro team, made it. And, like I said, them injuries. This time it was my Achilles. And I'm the type of person, I'm just like, nah, I'm just going to work through it. So I would keep going to practice, and people had to really tell me, like, Andrea, stop. Like, slow down.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm just getting back in the gym. And,
Now, is there
see.
If you need me to
basketball for me is always
500 shot
very
point.
meditational, shooting around and stuff like that. Can you still go and shoot hoops without having to think of all the competition that was there, all the history and the playing that you went through, and just play basketball just for the sake of playing basketball and relaxing?
Yes. I think after I played in college, I was just like, I had to tell myself, who am I doing it for?
Right.
And I was just like, man,
Absolutely.
this wherever I go, I love to hoop, so I'm gonna do it no matter what.
That's
deal.
beautiful. I'm going
Yeah.
to
So, right, well,
take it
thank
out
you.
with that
Oh,
statement. That was
Follow
very
me
beautiful.
at Andy Jazz 13.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
got to give us a little. I was at Sports Collective Media. Give us a little shout
Oh,
out. Drop. Hey, Fredo, this for you. This commercial type of stuff. This is your own point.
Tune in to
Live,
Sports,
Okay.
ready,
tune in to
go.
Sports
Sports Collective TV.
Mondays.
They don't
Okay.
need to help you. Let them do it.
In your own words.
Okay, hey man, tune into Sports Collective TV Mondays 5 p.m. We lit over here. You don't want to miss it. Every week, tune in.
Boom.
Yeah.
Hey, with that, we out. Hey, Mondays, 5 o'clock. Catch your social medias at Sports Collective Media. Shout us out.
And that's the new word. We
Shout out
lit.
to Fredo. Peace.
Camp of the
lit.
Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your healthcare. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.